Okay, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Again, this is a webinar, Improve Your Real Estate Site with IDX Broker. And basically the idea is, how do you make your site better? So you have IDX Broker, or you're looking at getting an IDX solution to get some data on your website. You want to be able to show your listings, the MLS listings, give visitors to your website an opportunity to search for homes and then contact you directly, instead of maybe going to a portal site and then contacting whomever puts the money in to get their name up at the top. And this gives you your own branding, your own presence. It's really important to be an expert in your field and in your area. But beyond just the data, we're going to look at some extra features in IDX Broker that might put you just a little bit ahead of the rest of the competition. Just a little bit of extra shine and gleam on that, and some additional functionality that you might find useful that maybe you haven't looked at before. Maybe you're just using the base functionality of IDX Broker, which is fine. But let's just push it up just a little bit more. Move forward. Again, I am Alec. I am a content producer here. I was in support for many years, and I still help out with support if they have some issues with something or if there's some overflow. I also work with some of our other companies integrating IDX Broker into some other sites, into WordPress, into some custom themes. And so I've been working with the software for quite a while. I know most of its ins and outs, I believe. And so hopefully I can teach you guys a few things today. So today's agenda, I'm going to go over mainly some newer functions, and then today I'm going to look at turning on HTTPS in your IDX account. It's also SSL, that secure layer for you. So if you have an HTTPS website and you have IDX in there, you can go ahead and just turn it on. We'll make a certificate for that, and you'll be able to use that secure IDX with your site. So everything will be seamless. Instead of those pop-ups coming up that there's insecure content, or that it doesn't work properly, or that even stuff is missing. We've actually added functionality to work with that right out of the box. I'll show you how to turn that on real quick. We'll look at social logins. This is a feature that's been in for a little bit of time, but basically instead of a visitor coming to your website and having to fill out a long form with their email address and their phone number and their name and all of that stuff, they can sign in with their existing either Google Plus or Facebook account. Just makes it a little bit easier on their end, so that hopefully you get more leads signing up, getting updates from you, and just getting them into your CRM or however you deal with that lead information. I'm going to look at My Listings Manager, which once a visitor signs up as a lead on your account, they have access to this new portal. The portal itself isn't new, but we've updated it. It's much prettier, much more modern, much easier to use. So when your clients come in and they're looking for a specific area or a specific niche, or they find some properties that they're really interested on, they can save those there and get email updates and get information about that. It also gives you that information if you want to reach out and says, hey, looks like you're looking for ranch houses between $200,000 and $300,000. I have some listings that you might want to look at. Let's go and look at those. We'll also be looking at the Facebook Listings app. Again, this is a feature that's been around for a little while, but we've updated the look and the feel of this, made it much more user-friendly. So when people go to your Facebook business page, they can see the listings you offer there. They can click a button even to go to your website to search for more listings in your area. And so that's a really great feature. And then we'll look at the updated Message Center, which the Message Center is where it sends out information to your leads, to anybody that signs up on your website. And there's more information now than there was before. So you can actually track when people open one of your emails, when people click on those links. You can find out which leads are hot and which leads might need a little more attention. let's dive right in. So this may look fairly familiar. This is your IDX, what we call middleware, but yeah, this is your IDX account where you can make all your changes. Let's start at the beginning. Let's start with HTTPS. So if you have a website and it has HTTPS at the beginning, you might notice some inconsistencies just right off the bat with IDX Broker. Some missing images or just some error messages. Fortunately, we've built in functionality here to take advantage of that extra security layer. And you can simply go in here to Account and Account Info. Then right down here, you can actually enable HTTPS. Now, if your site isn't secure right now, if it's just a standard HTTP, this won't work. Adding the SSL or the HTTPS is on your site, on your domain. But once you have that set up, and you can talk to your web developer, you can talk to your host, whoever like that, and you can actually just turn it on here. And what we do is we create a certificate that says, yes, this is secure, here's some proof, and then when all of your links in IDX Broker then become secure. And most of our MLSs now provide secure images as well, so those are seamless. It's just a really quick, easy fix here. So if you have problems that it's not mixed match, that it doesn't fit, you can go in here and go ahead and enable that HTTPS. So nice and simple there. Yeah, if you do add HTTPS, it shouldn't break your saved links. They will go to the new HTTPS version. So when you put them on your site, HTTPS or HTTP, just click this. It'll change them automatically with redirects and all. It won't break your saved links, so you should be fine there. There are some issues I see with fonts and stuff like that. Those are a different issue. That is a cross-domain issue that's independent of that HTTPS. It sounds like a similar issue because they're blocking the font for security reasons, and yet that is a different issue, and we do have some webinars that go over that information. There's a couple different ways to change it. You can either try to find a CDN or a place that allows you to use that font and put that in your wrapper so that it pulls from a different source that is acceptable. Or you can actually change your htaccess file and say, hey, I recognize this. It's okay to go ahead and pull fonts from this other site. If you go to support.idxbroker.com, just search for, actually you can search for awesome because that's one of the main fonts that we see with this issue. Or you can search for font, and that gives you a couple different options for there. Now we can go to social logins. Let's see. So all of your stuff dealing with leads, how they log in, how they register is going to be under leads. And then we're going to go ahead and select lead registration preferences. And I'm going to select advanced. The simple is just maybe you just set up your account. You're worrying about other stuff right now. You can just set how often that pop-up is going to come up and say, please sign up as a lead on my account in order to get additional information and in order to get additional searches. And so you can just select this here. But beyond that initial, you're worrying about other stuff, you just want to get this going, I really recommend going to the Advanced tab. And here you can set your global registration rules on a page-by-page basis if you choose. You can have them see more search pages and fewer photo gallery pages, or you can set all of that right here much more intricately and much more tailored to your specific area, because each MLS is going to be slightly different. Each market, obviously, the buyers are different, the market's different, and so I recommend you go in here and adjust those. We're actually just going to look at right now the sign up page. If we go right here, I can turn on social media icon logins. So normally our form is here. So I have a first name and a last name. The little star means it's required. I can add additional fields right here. And as I add a field, let's say I need a city from them. I can make it required or not required right there. So if I really want a bunch of information, if it'd be nice to have it, I can put it here and hopefully they'll sign up with it. If I really require that to be able to assign this to a specific lead or just to add it to my CRM, I can make that a required field. Just be aware, if you make everything required, you might turn people off. Which brings us back to the point of a social login. So a lot of people will go to your site, this will pop up that says, hey, sign up for an account. There's all these fields. They might not want to go through with that, but if you turn on this social media logins, they can just click the Facebook icon, they can just go the Google Plus icon, and it takes all that information from when they signed up for that social media account, and it gives that to you so they can sign in right there. You still get the information. It's already been vetted by that social media presence, and it makes it easier for them. It could potentially get you more leads, more people willing to sign up instead of filling out that form for you. So I definitely recommend checking that out and putting that on. Yes, the choice page is right here. So this is under leads, lead registration preferences, and then this advanced tab. And the sign up page is the very first one that's going to show up for you. So you can scroll down a little bit. It's towards the middle of the page. And this is enable social media logons. So switch this to yes and save my changes. Yeah, it's on the same page, so they can choose one or another. And yes, this is a platinum only thing. So we're starting to come out with a few more platinum only features to distinguish itself from the light account. So if you have platinum, you'll be able to use this. And then if I go back to my page, you'll see I have my icons here. So I can do one or the other. I can either sign in with my Facebook account or I can fill out this form. And this form is customizable as well. You can change the CSS. There's a question, should CAPTCHA be on the lead registration? I usually put it on there. It's a really simple CAPTCHA, and yet it's fairly powerful. I don't want a bunch of people or robots just coming in and clicking on everything and giving me false leads. So I really prefer to enable that. You can go further and actually block all leads that aren't from North America, so that, if a Russian hacker comes in, they won't show up, or if somebody from China or India comes in. So that's a little further, but that CAPTCHA is super simple. You just click that I'm not a robot button, and it's not too much effort for those people logging in, and yet it will block quite a bit of that spam leads. So I would definitely recommend that. So once a lead has actually signed up and has an account, they actually have their own login where they can change the preferences, they can save some searches, they can save some links, and that's called the My Listings Manager. So initially it looked kind of dated. We hadn't updated it in quite a bit. So let me show you what it used to look like, or what it still does. You can use either version, whichever you prefer. I'm going to change user pages. There's templates for most of the IDX broker pages, and we're filling in the blanks of those that don't have them yet. This is one of the latest ones. Originally, it was this, My Account, and let me go ahead and pull that up for you. Pages. My Account. Just going to open that over here. Let me just log in as a lead. So for lead management, one really cool thing is you can actually see exactly what your leads see. So I have all my leads here, and I can actually log in as them. So here we go. So I'm logged in as Ida Xavier, and this is our original one. It's a little dated. It still gives you that functionality. You can view your account information, update that here for you. You can view saved searches and saved links, and then you can also perform searches right in this box. So it has your unique information up here a little bit. You can go in here and do that. So that's really great. But the newer version, I think, is far prettier and far easier to use, actually. So I can do that by going to Designs Pages. And this layout column is always going to be where you want to change the layout. If you want your search page to look a little bit differently, to be maybe mobile friendly, or you don't like how the map search looks, there's a couple different options there. But I'm going down to my account. I'm going to change the page layout here. So I have the original, and I'm going to actually go over to My Listings Manager and activate that. I switched that over to My Listings Manager, and then I can go back here, and you can see this is much easier to look at. I can go ahead and search listings right here. I can change my account information as this. I can view. I don't have any listings, so I can make something here and then save them to my account. But you can just see that my saved searches will be nice and pretty. My saved properties will be here, all much better. Just be aware that the My Listings Manager is updated. It's much easier and much more user-friendly for any of your clients to come in and look at that. But any questions about listings? So let's look at these. Your featured listings, those ones for which you are the listing agent, are going to be in your account under Listings and Active. This is a demo account, but nevertheless, I have some of these here. See, I'm the agent for some of these. First of all, we can actually edit the lat long information right here. Now, this is going to move the pin in your account specifically. So if it's not your listing, or if it's on somebody else's site, it won't do much good. But yeah, a lot of times we'll get maybe some bad coordinates, or the address is a little bit wrong. But here you can actually look up, either if you have the exact Latin long, you can enter them here and save that if it's not pulling in right, or you can relook up that address here, make sure that's correct. You can look that up, and it'll automatically save populate this information here and save that. I have a question from Alexandra about your partners listings. You can certainly add your partners listings to your featured listings. So you can upgrade your account from a single agent to a team, and a team is 2 people, and then from there you can go to an office account up to 10, and then further and further on in blocks. And so once you do that, like say you have a team account, then you can go to Preferences and Featured IDs. Oh, mine's set to Office, but I can do Agent IDs, and this is a demo account, so they don't show up here, but then I can select me and I can select my partner, and then both your listings will come up in the Featured Listings account. On those listings as well, so I can go to my active listings, and I can edit my listing data. And there's a set here. It's called Custom Link, and this is actually where you're going to put additional information for maybe a virtual tour. So you can actually put in, say you did a really cool 3D video, and you put it on YouTube, or you put it on Vimeo or something like that. You can actually put that link in here, and you could do a custom link text of, 3D tour, something like that, and then put that link in here. And then on the front, when somebody looks at this, they can push that virtual tour page. It'll pop up, and there'll be a little of that video link on there. That's right, Ian. I'm sorry, we can't post the 3D tour to the page exactly, just a link to that, and it will pop up in its own little little video player, but it's not quite the same. You could embed the code in the remarks if that's okay with your MLS, or you could even put it in like a subheader or something like that. And if you have issues with that, please reach out to our support team, and they might have some other options as well where you could put that. I know people have been trying to put that in custom areas and stuff like that as well. So I definitely let them know. You can make widgets based on the style of a home if that is a field in your MLS. So I can actually create a widget. I can do this as a, let's do a carousel. I'm going to do a custom search. I'm going to use advanced search. So I have all those fields. And then if this is available in your MLS, you can actually do a style. So I can do all ranch style or all something like that. Yeah, back to the solds. I'm getting a couple more questions on that. If you go here, and you see it doesn't have the here, but I know our MLS does. So let me show you what it looks like when your solds are available. So we're going to go here. I'm actually going to go to our MLS, which I know is in Oregon. And you'll see right at the bottom of the feed details, it has sold data, and then it shows you currently how far back we go for sold data. So that's how it's going to look. There's some additional questions on some fields that may or may not be available. Not all fields are immediately shown on your IDX account. So if you're looking for additional fields, you can actually go to Designs and Pages, and then your advanced search is going to be where you have all your fields. You can select your property type and view those settings. Left side and right side are the current fields that show up on your account. Different MLSs have different fields, but basically all the fields that we get from your MLS, if they're not on this left side or right side, they're going to be on the far right under these additional fields. And you can do a search for these. So I can actually search for legal. In this case, my legal description is here. I can set that to a quick list. So if it's not in left side or right side, and it's not on this one, it may not be available. So let's go back to Facebook. We have a Facebook app, which the new version looks like this. So this is a Facebook business page. Now, mind you, this won't work on a standard, just a Facebook page. It has to be a business page. But once you have that, you can enable this. There'll be a special tab called Featured Listings. And all of the listings for which you are the agent are going to show up in this grid. Just like this. So then people come into your Facebook page, or you can even promote this and send them here, and then they can look at this like, oh, I'm really interested in this one. When they click on this, it'll take them back to your website. They can find out more information about it. They could save it if they have an account with you, and then you'll be able to track them and get some more information from them. One of the newer features here, not only does it look prettier, but you can also search. And so if you search listings, this takes them back to your site. And then they'll be able to search for more listings that they might actually look for. These are just demo prices. These aren't real properties, therefore they're not real prices on this demo account. To add this tab to Facebook, you're going to need obviously your Facebook page, and you're going to need this URL for that page as well. Okay? So just set up your business page, go to here. Then when you have that, you're going to go back to Designs and Pages. And then scroll down toward the bottom of the page. Here we have Other Pages, Facebook. We can edit this. And really, it's not that difficult. You're going to enter that URL right here of what your Facebook business page is. Fetch the page ID. And then that'll show up here. And basically, that'll create it right there. So in the settings, you can select which version you want. So we've had version 1 for about 3 years, I think. And then this is version 2. You can set how many listings you want per page. Now, mind you, if you have the original version already on Facebook and you add the new one, it'll add an additional tab. It won't get rid of the old one. So it'll be a brand new page, a brand new tab on Facebook. So if you don't want the duplicates and you already have the existing structure in place, please delete that from your Facebook business page and then fetch the new ID here and turn that on right there under Designs, Pages, and Facebook. So you've attracted people with Facebook. They've signed up. They have their own account. But now, how do you gain traction with that lead? Well, one way is that our new message center, so if you go to Account and Message Center, and this is going to be on your Facebook business page, not the lead or not the client's, just yours. So if we go to Account Message Center, this is where all of the emails are tracked that are sent out from IDX Broker on your behalf. So you can see that this person logged in. This person signed up for a new account. And so that email is tracked here. So you can see what we're sending out. You can even tell, what it looks like. So this is more or less what that email looks like that was sent out. So you can kind of track what your image is looking like. You can customize what these emails look like so they're more branded as you like them. But now there's functionality where not only can you see what we sent out, you can see if it got to them instead of being blocked, as spam or just sent off to a wrong email address or something like that. You can tell if it was opened, and you can even tell if they clicked on one of those links. So if somebody, first of all, got your email, great. Then they open it, oh, even better. And then third, they clicked on something, this client, this lead is active. You might want to reach out to them, find out more information. You can go into their lead account, see what they searched, and then you can reach out and find out more information about them and how you can help them more. Laura is asking if there's additional information we can show on Facebook. Not right now. I think our developers are working on putting widgets or putting some more search functionality, but currently it's just your featured listings that go on Facebook. So the template for lead registration is going to be Leads, Lead Registration, Advanced. And you can change the email settings right here. So you can change the thank you page, which is the page that comes up right after they sign up. So right here, you can put some tracking code if you have tracking. Otherwise, you can do a custom message that says, welcome to, Richard's Real Estate of San Diego. We're happy to help you. Please call us 24/7, etc., etc. And then under email settings, no, I don't want to say that. This is your verification. So it'll say, right now, this is just the subject line of your verification, but you can change that also to custom, like, oh, we're glad to see that you signed up with us. Please verify your email so that we can make sure to get you rolling with this. Then you can change the header and the greeting and whether or not they can auto log in for those emails. So basically, if they get an email with a new listing and they click on that, you can have it where they have to sign in immediately, or where it actually goes ahead and shows them that content. And then if they want to change, obviously, their account information or anything like that, they will have to log in. But this will just let them more easily view those properties without going through the login process. So we have gone through the bulk of what I was meaning to go through today. Thank you so much for your questions. Please know that there will be additional IDX webinars coming up. There will be like a beginner's webinar that kind of goes through setting up the initial settings. I know we have some more webinars coming down the pipe for stuff like setting up Facebook campaigns and doing more Google Analytics. So look out for those. And go to learn.idxbroker.com. There's a lot more learning materials there. There's some videos. There's some additional webinars that you can look up about some different topics that you might be interested in. So please check those out. And we have a phenomenal support team. Please reach out to them. They will definitely be able to answer any questions I've not been able to answer today. So thank you all. Have a great rest of your week, and enjoy IDX Broker.